WWE is determined to sign an AEW star. WWE have approached 15 talents with expiring contracts, and Swerve Strickland is said to be returning sooner than anticipated to AEW. Stay tuned for all the wrestling news. One of the names that has been talked about very heavily at the moment in regards to where they're next going and their contract expires is Daniel Garcia. Now, he's been a man that has... It looks like he was going to stay with AEW. It looked like he was going to stick with them, and they've been some talk of contract offers to him from AEW. But as of right now, he has yet to sign a new deal with the company, and it's said that WWE is very eager to sign him.
Yeah, according to Corey Hayes of PW Nexus, they say WWE is said to be chomping at the bit to sign Daniel Garcia, which is apparently meant to be champing at the bit. I only learned that yesterday. Yeah. Sam Driver pointed that out. His AEW contract is set to expire next month, and he's yet to re-sign with the company. WWE is reportedly very eager to sign him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to that free agency market, just so that he can get an official offer to know how much that they will want to pay him. It seems like they're very high on him. Going back to, I think it was 2021, 2022, William Regal had said that he was going to sign him to the WWE. And that was, they had a change of philosophy, so it meant that he didn't come in, and then he went to AEW, and he's done great things there. Wouldn't be surprised if WWE does get him.
You've hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what he should do. Obviously, you can't negotiate on a contract with WWE while you're still under deal. Let the AEW deal expire. AEW will be keen to have him. So have a few weeks of free agency, weigh up your options. And like WWE, they're said to be so hot on him. Previously, it's been reported that comparisons within WWE have been made to Bryan Danielson and Roderick Strong with regard to Daniel Garcia. So what an amazing position to be in. It really feels like AEW realized that they might miss out if they don't give him a bit of a push. They did the stuff with MJF. It's probably the hottest that he's been since he's been in AEW.
While, yeah, definitely.
And like, I think he's a tremendously talented guy, and he must be chuffed to bits right now. It's like everywhere wants me. WWE wants me. Like, this has just inflated his asking price heaps.
He's been stuck in a Jericho vortex for so long at the start of his his run in AEW that it was like, right, he's almost at that cusp of getting a big push. Right, he's almost there. Oh, Jericho's back. Oh, he's getting a push. Oh, he's back. And now it seems like he's right on that cusp of getting a big money deal. Free agency is calling. He's going to, wherever he goes, he's going to be a top level talent. Or should be a top-level talent if he's used correctly.
Yeah, without knowing like the finances of the whole thing, I would be tempted to try WWE. If they're that hot on him, you'd imagine that they've got some creative ideas for him, that they would probably position him pretty prominently. I'm not saying that AEW haven't done that, but they've really just done that recently.
Yes.
I think the timing's all wrong. It seems like they panicked a little bit.
According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE has approached 15 talents with contracts that are all said to be expiring over the next few months. Recently, they have approached Randy Orton, who has signed a new deal, Asuka, who has signed a new deal, Sheamus, who has signed a new deal, and is said to have approached Kevin Owens, but he is yet to re-sign.
You forgot Humberto
as well. And Hell, he's as well.
Yes.
All of them.
All the big ones.
Everyone signed a new deal, apart from Kevin Owens at the moment. I think this is smart that WWE would want to sign a lot of these names down. You've got 15 people that are all set to be expiring over the next few months. You don't want them going anywhere. Why wouldn't you try and sign them?
It makes sense. Lock them down and everything. We don't know the names of these 15 talents who have contracts expiring. They seem to be kept a little bit more under wraps on the WWE side of things sometimes. But we will keep you updated if we find out who those people are.
But another name that WWE has seemingly re-signed is Steve Corino. Body Slam Net reports that he has signed a multi-year deal with WWE.
Yes, they said that they spoke with sources within both NXT and WWE. They've confirmed that he has locked in a new deal. He's been one of the top tag team coaches and producers for NXT. He's like one of the most... I think he's a really, really underrated wrestler. Like a proper safe pair of hands who is just like... his matches were just always great.
Oh,
He is like the total package, isn't he?
It completely makes sense that they'd want to bring him back as a trainer, as a coach in NXT. He's been there before. He had a long run in WWE in that position backstage in WWE. It just makes sense to have him there with that current crop of talent that they're trying to cultivate, especially, as you mentioned, Daniel Garcia. I think he'd do wonders working under Steve Corino.
Oh, you're sticking him in a tag team, are you? Bring Jericho back.
Absolutely, bring Jericho back. I think he'd do wonders as a coach, training him to give him that experience that he's maybe not had in AEW. I mean, he's worked with Jericho, I guess. Yeah.
I always like these stories where wrestlers who, for whatever reason, aren't able to perform in the ring anymore, they're not able to wrestle full time anymore, get a decently paid gig with WWE. There's a fair few of them about, obviously, at Performance Center. And Steve Corino's class, love his work, so good for him.
Really fun. We've got some news on Swerve Strickland, a man that I was kind of gutted to hear the original news that he was going to be taking a long time off, as much as he deserves it. But it meant that he'd be missing Wrestle Dream. But a report from Wrestling Observer newsletter says that he'll be back sooner than expected. I think it would make sense for him to be on Wrestle Dream. It's in Tacoma. It's in Washington. And he's so over and so hot right now. You don't just keep him off TV for an extended run, right?
No, for sure. I was surprised to hear that he was going to be away for as long as was initially reported. It'll be great to see. I miss him I miss seeing him on TV already. He's just so good.
Weeks.
They wrote him off, and it's
like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks,
nuts.
And he has been a notable absence on TV.
What do you do with him? Do you continue the Hangman stuff? I mean, again, they'll be fighting forever. That's just a feud that is going to exist. Do you do another match straight away?
I would personally, I think he would. I think it makes sense to have them maybe at Full Gear have that match. Have him a surprise return at Wrestle Dream to ruin whatever Hangman's doing. And then you've got that set up for Full Gear. I originally wanted him to take the title back from Danielson in Washington, their home state. It doesn't look like it's going to happen.
No, I don't think we're going to get that. I don't know. With the Hangman stuff, it was so brutal. They wrote him off in such a brilliant way. But I could watch those two fight every day of the week.
Yeah, that all-out match was nasty.
Bonkers.
Yeah,
bit much for me.
Bit much.
It actually was like the needle thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm just a bit squeamish. I think it doesn't do much for me. I really enjoyed the match and everything. Just that particular spot. I'm a pussy.
Either way, Swerve has been a big absence from AEW TV for the past few weeks. But a man that you may not have noticed hasn't been on AEW TV is Wardlow. Of course, he has been absent.
What's your beef with Wardlow?
Nothing.
What's your beef with the beef?
He's a big mountain of meat. He's quite scary actually, but he has been absent from AEW TV for some time now.
If you've noticed.
But Wrestling Observer newsletter says, for anyone asking about why he's not been there, he's just one of those guys not being used. So there's no actual real reason why he's not been there. He actually had a really good match with Samoa Joe towards the start of the year for the AEW World title, but he's kind of lost in limbo of the Undisputed Kingdom right now.
Creative has nothing for him, which is the story of Wardlow's. The whole thing is so stop-start. I can't think of anybody more stop-start. Maybe Miro, I guess, but in AEW than Wardlow. And he was so hot for a bit, and then it was completely overshadowed by the MJF stuff that went on. I really feel for the guy. I think he's really, really talented, and I think he'd be better used elsewhere.
Yeah, he is someone that I wouldn't be surprised if WWE does try and pick up when his contract expires. He's got that WWE look. He's big. He's got that style that works for them. But it is kind of baffling that he's not had...
He'd do well in Japan as well.
Oh, for sure. Menacing.
It's just weird. I don't know what's going on with Wardlow and AEW. Because every time I feel like I'm getting into him, something happens and he just disappears around. I know he's been hurt a few times and everything. But the fact that you can't find creative for
a big guy.
For
a big guy.
I know you hate him. You
throws
detest
people
the guy.
about. Yeah, I just don't want him on that. I'm the one that's asking him not to be on screen. That's what it is. Got Tony on speed dial. But that is all we've got for you just now. If there's more wrestling news, we will of course be back to give you some more. Stay tuned to social media all day as there'll be more wrestling news. We'll catch you later on.